Hello. Hello, and welcome to our virtual back to school night for semester 2. My name is Diane Mctamney, and I teach American History Part 2, ninth grade history. So basically American History Part 2. I did send out an email a few weeks ago introducing myself, so hopefully you have received that. I also try every week, or if it's a little slow, every 2 weeks, I send out a bulk email to all ninth grade students and parents, and I label it Ninth Grade American History Update to All, number 1, 2, 3, 4, just so there's no confusion thinking I'm just emailing your student and having you think they're missing something. So if you haven't received any of those emails, check your bulk folder. And then if not, I'm just sending out the emails that are in Infinite Campus. I just wanted to introduce myself. I am local. I went to Upper Marion High School. I always loved history, so I went to IUP for a degree in history and political science, and then earned my teaching credentials at Westchester University. Had a great experience at both. These are my kids and my husband. It's an old picture, but I think you can appreciate it's how we still see them. So my daughter Cassie is now in 9th grade. My son Bobby is in 11th grade. We live in the Mctamney-Guihan School District. So that's us at Great Wolf Lodge when they were little. And then my husband Rob is a history teacher in the Westchester School District. This is what my Canvas page looks like. I'm sure you're used to Canvas. Your students are pretty responsible, so I don't expect you to be poking through and checking on the Canvas page. But if you just want to do a quick checkup, is something due? The items on the side where you see due dates is where you should check. I do want to point out to you, if you notice sometimes things say 0 points, that would be something that maybe I'm just pushing out a handout to the students or it's classwork. So I try to be really clear so that way you don't think your son or daughter hasn't turned something in. But if something's due, I always give it a point value and a due date, so it will populate on your son or daughter's calendar to help them with their organization. Here's an example of what my Canvas page looks like. I found I keep my Canvas page as simple as possible so students don't have too much to look through. So on this page, you see I do a module for each week. And then for each week, there is a student planner, which I'll show you at the end, where I put everything in that the student might need for the entire chapter. I think it's just easier when it comes test time for students to look at one page with their Google Slides, with their notes, etc. So I'm going to come back to that. For this class, for the HP level here in 9th grade, there is an emphasis on thinking about history and not just memorizing. This is high school, so there's a little bit of a change in how we instruct. I expect a little bit more independence. We are going to learn every new skill here in class together. I am not a big fan of overloading your son or daughter with homework, but I also want you to be aware that this is my 25th year teaching at Pembroke. I know what the students need to be able to do to enter 10th grade, to choose to take advanced placement history if they want. So they are being challenged. I just think it's my job to do that hard thinking, learning the skills, learning the analysis in class with me. Their homework might be reading small selections of text, taking some notes, reviewing some vocabulary. So you shouldn't see, an hour of homework a night. I think this week we have homework twice this week, and I did time them last week, our first week together, to make sure students were, completing the work an appropriate amount of time, 15 minutes or so. We will be working on a lot of research skills in the IMC, not a traditional full-blown research paper, but constantly working on how to learn to think critically. Okay, I'm going to go over to the student planner that I wanted to show you. So this is our current chapter. So this is the main area your students, your son or daughter, students collectively should be looking for. Our first test is scheduled for Tuesday, February 15th. It was supposed to be this Friday, but we learned some new technology, so I adjusted. And if you'll notice, if your son or daughter's ever absent, or if they ever, need clarification on what we're doing, every day I do post here what we're working on in class. So today I'm recording this on Monday. Today They started working on some choice, looking at the roles of African Americans during Reconstruction, utilizing the new technology sources we were instructed on Friday, which would be Canva or Genially. And you'll see here, I try to put for the students items that are of importance or if there's homework. So here is where they can go. So I try to model for the students organization. And, like I said, the class is very structured. There's never a surprise. So I became a teacher because I love history. History is a story. History is how human beings interact with each other. And I hope to bring some of that enthusiasm this year to your son and daughter and their view of history. With block scheduling, we try to switch gears every 20, 25 minutes, a little instruction from me, they'll work on something, a little video clip. So I try to make that 88, 90 minutes go by quickly for your son or daughter. And if they ever need any help, I just ask that, send me an email. We can work together during class time. We can work together during pen time. But I'm looking forward to a successful year. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for coming to the virtual back to school night. And I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks so much. Have a great night.